Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. We are running today X-Men The Last Word, Cavalier EQ difficulty, all bosses. Now the first one for chapter 1.1 is going to be a Nebula with live wire, nerves of steel, vigorous assault, and heal or hide, and with extra attack damage. Now here, after every cooldown, there is going to be either heal. If you are away from Nebula, you're going to be start healing. If not, then Nebula will start healing, and based on that she will go unblockable as well. And there is another one that is live wire, so when you will attack Nebula, there is a chance that you will get shock on yourself. Simply bring in champions that are shock immune and can also armor break. They will work really well here. That's mostly your cosmic champions, and because she's a robot, so Medusa will work good as well. Next one is going to be a Magneto. Now he is not a very difficult defender. Just bring in champions that are non-metallic and that can have affinity with energy damage. So for example, Human Torch is a good example. You can also bring in Black Widow, Clairvoyant, Magic, She-Hulk, Captain America, Infinity War, and also Nimrod is one exception, being a metal and a robot champion, but Magneto does not really do a lot of damage to him because of his armor break immunity, and also he can remove all of those prowesses because there's going to be divine barrier and also persistent pressure, and if you use the same attack twice in a row, that will give prowesses to Magneto. So Nimrod is a very good counter here as well. Apart from that, just be careful about your bubble shield node, because after every 10 hits, when you 10 hits block, the 11th one will be unblockable. Once you have that down, it's a pretty easy and straightforward boss. Now the next one is going to be a bit tricky. That is going to be a Phoenix with Haunted, Forced Entropy, and also Enhanced Power Gain with buffed up Defender. So your Defender needs to have 3 Furies or 3 buffs on him, so we can do damage to her. So for that, just make sure you bring in champions that can either ignore miss chances, which have vigilance. So for example, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer, or Hercules, all of these work. Also Daredevil, OG, and Hell's Kitchen also work. Whenever Phoenix will dash back, she will get haunted, and that will cause you to falter and cause you to miss. So you will have to really slow play the fight unless you have champions that can bypass miss. If you don't have champions that can bypass miss, you can also use champions that have damage over time. So for example, you can use here Cable with synergy with Apocalypse. Also Wolverine that I'm using, he's a horseman. I'm just playing it very slow, letting her go back and get that haunted node activated, and then I look at my falter and I let the falter run out before I go in and attack. So only thing you will need to do, you will have to play slow, but you can easily kill her off. Another good one here is going to be a Human Torch, because of the above 10 temperature he will not miss, and also you will have to activate pre-fight because Phoenix is going to be Incinerate immune, but with the pre-fight he will bypass that immunity as well, because Nova Flames are not debuffs, and you will be easily able to kill Phoenix off. And then you have an Apocalypse, an immovable object and powerful, so his power cannot be manipulated or burned anyway. Empowered immunity, so you know that he gets immune to bleed and incinerate, so do not use bleed or incinerate damage champions or avoid them. And also there's going to be genetic refinements, so he will treat every champion as it is going to be a mutant champion, unless you're bringing a tech, and he will only get 3 charges. So having said that, tech champions are the way to go. If you can get somebody with Incinerate Immune, that would be great. Otherwise other champions work as well. So for me it's going to be a Guillotine 2099 with 100 hits before I start. There is also Ultron that will work really well here. Penny can work really nicely here. So does Cosmic Ghost Rider, and also Corvus Glaive. All of these high damage champions can kill off Apocalypse before you know it. Not really a difficult fight, just make sure you don't bring in champions that give him all the power in the world with empowered immunity, and you should be easily able to kill him off. I would suggest you to always push him to an SP2 because it's much easier to evade. As soon as you see the first ball of energy leave his gun, you can start swiping back and you should be able to evade it easily. Now the first new champion, this Cavalier AQ, is going to be an Omega Sentinel. Now she is a robot and also a metal champion, so all of those champions that are ghost against robots will work against her as well. But remember that when you hit her, she will get armor ups, and when she has 5 armor ups, she has a chance to auto block. So use champions that can not be auto blocked or that can bypass that. So for example, Angela is a very good example. She cannot be auto blocked no matter how much armor Omega Sentinel has, and also she has armor break. The biggest weakness for Omega Sentinel is if she is armor broken, she loses most of her kit. And also another thing that really bothers the opponent here on this fight is when you have more than 5 armors and she auto blocks, she will apply an incinerate on the attacker, and because of the hot and bothered node, your ability accuracy will be reduced by 85%, then you will have a lot of issues with that. So Angela counters everything: the auto block, the armor break, and also once she has a lot of buffs on her, she cannot be taking those debuffs. So Angela is the way to go. If not, you can also bring in other champions that are at least have armor break and are incinerate immune. So I'm talking about your Silver Surfer, your Cosmic Ghost Rider. Also Corvus will work really well here because of armor breaks. You can also bring in your Hercules because of the vigilance and the true side that can counter the mace mechanic, and also Medusa because the Mega Sentinel is a robot. Medusa can totally shut her down. So I hope this helps guys, and I'll see you on the next fight against Captain Britain. And the last boss, this Cavalier EQ, is going to be a Captain Britain with special delivery, special burst lockdown, thanks for knockdown, 1 too many hits, and prowess puncture. So the way she works is, first she will apply all of those debuffs on you, and when she purifies them, she gets a lot of buffs on her and she can do a lot of damage. And her special, the criticals are going to be crazy. So her first things first, her specials are easily evadable, so you don't need to worry about that. Second, she depends on a lot of buffs on her. So if you bring in a champion that can nullify, stagger, or remove those buffs, that literally renders Captain Britain useless, so she won't do that much damage or anything on you. You will notice whenever she will use this special attack, you will get a special burst lockdown, heal block, and all of those armor breaks on you. But if you use a heavy attack, they will be purified. But remember, when you purify, all of those will be converted into buffs on Captain Britain with all of those criticals and on them. Again, I am using a Black Widow Clairvoyant, so I can easily nullify all of her buffs that I give her. So make sure you bring in a champion that does that. So for example, champions like Black Widow Clairvoyant, Magic with power control, also Sim Supreme, as well as Scarlet Witch, they work. Tigra, I haven't tried her, but she should work as well, so you should be able to neutralize all of that. And Nimrod will be work really well here because of converting all of those prowesses into shocks, so he should be good here. And also Longshot would be a good one. The more the buffs, the more Longshot is going to be is going to thrive. So for example, Modo can also work here, Magic with a huge SP3. All of those champions that depends on other champion having a lot of buff should work. I have not tried Ronan, but Ronan should work as well with all of those buffs on Captain Britain. But again, these are the champions, these are the attackers I recommend. So I hope this video helps you guys out and helps to clear these bosses. A path by path video for every chapter, easy path will follow soon, like every month. So stay tuned to the channel guys, and subscribe to it if you find it helpful. That really helps me out a lot. And apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.